Hi, this is Gretchen from A Field at Home. Today I will be upcycling several thrifted items as part of the 2025 Christmas Challenge hosted by Margie from the Asking Spot and Crystal from the Crafty Creech DIYs and Furniture Flips. The idea is to put $20 back into the community by purchasing secondhand or charity shop items and turning them into gifts or holiday decor. A playlist of all the challenge participants will be listed in the description. This is a fun one. I purchased all of the items at three of my nearby Goodwill locations. The first item I picked up was a decorative cardboard box. It was 30% off and set me back $2.23. One corner of the box lid was torn, so I applied Aleene's tacky glue and used rubber bands to hold it together while the glue dried. I wanted to use this box to hold unwritten Christmas cards, so I decided to decoupage it with wrapping paper. First, I cut the paper and decided how to apply it to the box. Once that was determined, and that did take a decent amount of time, I tried to mimic how the original um, decorative paper was applied to the box. But it took some finagling. So once that was determined, I fixed it to the box using painter's tape. Then, when I was comfortable with the shape of the paper, I used Mod Podge to apply it to the box lid. You'll notice I made the mistake of applying the Mod Podge to the entire top and the long sides at one time. This made smoothing the paper very difficult because I had to apply first the long side, then the top, then the other long side, and it was a lot of paper. Um, Turns out I should have used the bottom of the box to practice because most of the wrinkles are on the top of the box lid. Um, I even used an iron to soften the glue and smooth out the paper a bit more. Um, but I lost that footage. In fact, I lost quite a bit of footage on all of the projects. Finally, I applied a layer of Mod Podge to finish the box, providing protection for the paper and more stability in general. The next item was a wooden index card box with gold colored hinges and a latch. This was also on sale for 30% off for a final price of $1.85. I cleaned the box as well as all of the other items I purchased with a 50-50 mixture of water and isopropyl alcohol. A large part of the lost footage included painting the box with fusion mineral paint samples in the color Highlander and pressed fern, as well as cutting out and decoupaging more of the plaid wrapping paper into the decorative inset on top. But see the beautiful footage of Mod Podge being applied on the paper? I decided this would be used to hold holiday recipe cards. And anything in my kitchen ends up getting food splatters on it. So, to provide additional protection to the box, I used Van's Furniture Polish Wax. I didn't want the high gloss of the Mod Podge for the painted portions. So after applying the wax, here I just wiped off the excess and lightly buffed the box. This furniture wax does have a really nice orange smell. Puff, puff, puff. Wipe, wipe, wipe. The third item was a small wooden tray, also on sale and also costing $1.85. It was a kind of charcoal gray with silver highlights. My stellar cleaning job removed some of the silver, so I decided to add it back using Craft Smart Wax Metallic Finish. I just applied it with gloved fingers, then wiped off the excess and buffed it. Of course, now by this time, I began to realize that I had not spent nearly enough money for the challenge, so I went back out to see what I could find. I found this great chrome looking 3-wick candle that still has a forest fir scent. I first saw the lid in the decor section and couldn't fathom what it was supposed to do other than act as a warming cover for a teeny, teeny, tiny plate. Then I later saw the candle in the candle section and I immediately went back for the lid. I also found this really cute Noel sign made from a galvanized steel sheet. I decided to use these two items with the tray, along with either fluff or snow or candy. Then there was this basket with a metal reindeer handle filled with pine cones. It came with the bow and berries, and it wasn't even dusty. I just needed to add a little extra, and it would be ready to go. Those three items cost a total of $10.20. The final item I purchased was a heavy wooden bowl made in India. This item was part of the 30% sale and cost $3.71. What appears to be white paint was actually a very chalky substance that reminded me of spackling compound. I decided to only change the white sections. More lost video footage included painting the top section red and the small, of that Fusion Highlander, and the small white slashes and bottom upper rings gold, which it was just some acrylic paint I had lying around. I decided to paint the large slashes Fusion's pressed fern for more interest. Then I applied the Vans furniture wax to the entire piece, including the inside. Wiped off the excess, buffed it. I later decided the top was too boring and added gold dots to the hemispheres on the rim. Video of that also disappeared. I'm pretty sure my cloud was saturated and dumped files like a spring thunderstorm out on the plains. At any rate, I decided to fill the bowl with pine cones because I left my ball ornaments up in my freezing cold attic. But this was a tad too boring with the brown, too much brown, I guess. And I had leftover burlap wired ribbon from decorating our wreath, so I decided to make a bow. The general method I used was inspired by Dar from DIYs by Dar, but I did have to hot glue the ends together because the pieces were just a bit too short and they wouldn't stay. I do hope I remember to never use a glitter bow again because my house will now forever hold gold glitter. The horror. So, just so you know, I spent a total of $19.93. So I was 7 cents short of my goal, but that's not too bad. And maybe I can donate 7 cents to Goodwill so that they can get less sticky price tags, because how much time do we spend trying to remove those annoyingly sticky price tags? But, so let's take a look at the before. You remember those? There was the box, and the index card box, the tray, the candle, the Noel decor, the cute little reindeer basket, and the wooden bowl. And now here's the after. How do you like it? I really like some of these for personal use and decor, and a couple will likely become gifts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know which one you liked best. Don't forget to check out the playlist, and have a wonderful holiday season.